Hi, this is Stray Passer, and welcome to, I guess I would say this is not a video, but it is a video response, even though you can't really do video responses on YouTube again. But I was watching videos this morning, and I came across a great fellow YouTuber from the UK, FKVlogs, or Frankie, as she's well known, a fellow YouTuber from the UK who makes great videos, and she has great content on her channel, and she has two different channels, I believe. And she always does these interesting questions on her channel and stuff, which makes, besides her updates and stuff, her movie reviews and stuff, but she always asks these interesting questions that make me actually want to make a video response to it. So I'm going to actually make a video response, and what I'll do is I'll leave a link to Frankie's channel so you can sub to her and check out. She's, like I said, a great fellow YouTuber from the UK, and she has great content on her channel, and definitely subscribe to her, both her channels. But I'm going to give you the link to her main channel, FKVlogs, somewhere in here, so you can sub to her and watch her videos. And like I said, she always has the most interesting topics on her channel, which totally makes you want to make a video response. And since I can't really technically do a video response, I am gonna I guess I'll respond with the link on her channel to my video. But I'll also, you can, once you follow the link I left in here, you can see her original video. And the subject of her video that I watched this morning was first time watching a movie feeling, okay, which I thought was a great topic. And I got three movies for my for this video, so this movie video doesn't last too long. The first movie I'm going to talk about is a movie that I actually saw. It was on, I believe, on cable. One day I was watching cable, and this was years ago, and I saw this randomly watched this movie. It came on, and the title was kind of interesting to me, While You Were Sleeping. Okay, and then I read the synopsis, and I sat online and watched the movie, and I really, really enjoyed the movie. It's funny. It's a kind of romantic comedy and a little bit of drama in there, and it's called While You Were Sleeping, starring Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. This is like before she really blew up, I think, Sandra Bullock. I think this is before Speed as well. Anyway, it's just a great movie, basically about a lonely girl who works for the transit system in Chicago, and she sees this gentleman, handsome dressed businessman going to work every day, and of course, she's lonely. She doesn't have any family. The only family she ever had was her father, who, and he passed away, so she's basically by herself, and she kind of dreams up this scenario in her head that, she's in love with, this businessman that she sees all the time going to work, until one day she sees him actually getting mugged, and then she goes to, basically comes out of her booth and rescues him before he gets run over by the train, because he gets mugged and thrown down to the tracks, and she pulls him away before he gets run over, and then she goes with him to the hospital, and the nurse mistakenly believes that she's his fiancée, and his family comes, and then they have the impression that she's his fiancée when she really isn't. Okay, and then she kind of gets adopted into the family, and then she actually, the twist of the story is that she, besides that they think that she's her fiancée of this unconscious gentleman, is that she meets his brother, okay, Jack, played by Bill Pullman, and she starts to actually fall for him, and it's just a great movie. And the great feeling that I have from the first time I watched this movie, I just absolutely fell in love with it, because, like I said, Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman have good chemistry, and it has a great supporting cast of actors. I think you have Jack Warden in this, John Peter Boyle, his family, Glenn John. It's just a great supporting cast, and this movie is just, at the end of it, it just, after, I don't want to spoil the ending of it, but watching this movie just gave me a great feeling, and it became just one of my absolute favorite romantic comedies, just because Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, I think the little tango dance back and forth that they do in this movie just absolutely makes me absolutely love this movie. And every time this movie is on, that's why I have this movie on VHS, I got it on DVD, and I get it on Blu-ray if they put it on Blu-ray. I don't think it's on Blu-ray yet. Okay, it's just a movie that, it just, at the end of it, just makes you feel good inside, and just one of the best movie watching experiences that I ever had. So definitely, While You're Sleeping, I can't highly recommend this. If you watch this and you just, after you watch from beginning to end, and that at the end of it, you have such a warm feeling inside, which this movie just makes me, and it just totally wins on every level of me. So that, While You Were Sleeping. Okay, now the next movie is Batman. This is the Batman anthology, but I'm using the movie Batman for experience. I remember this movie was more of like an event when it came out in the States, okay, in 1989. I remember getting off work and going with my two friends from job to, first you had to get in the line, because when this movie came out, this movie was like an event, okay, and people were lined up around the corner to get tickets to see this. And I remember, I think we got off work at 4:30 and we got there about like 5 something, and we stayed online for like, I think, an hour to get tickets, and then for the 8 o'clock show, okay, because it was playing all day, and it was just packed, and it was like an event. I remember going down to Times Square to see it, and there was just so much people around that general area of the theater and stuff just to see the movie, and people, you know, milling around and talking about what they expect of the movie, and how many times they're going to see it. And like I said, we waited, we basically hung around, me and my two friends, for hours talking about the movie and everything, talking with other people, and people had Batman shirts. It was like an event, okay, and then we finally got in. I think they let people in like 7:30, and the movie didn't start till like 8 or something. I think they finally, shepherded everybody in, and this movie was so packed. I remember the theater. The movie was packed. I think there might have even been people sitting on the floor watching this movie. It was just sold out, and people were. And I remember the theater was so packed, and nobody moved at all. Normally people get up and go, during the course of a movie, go to the bathroom or whatever. But I don't think anybody moved during this whole movie, when it was on. And it was just a great feeling being there with the whole crowd, and the whole experience was great. And of course, the movie was fantastic. Michael Keaton, who got a lot of crap for being selected as Batman, he was great. And of course, Jack Nicholson was absolutely fantastic as Joker in this. And Tim Burton's, the whole atmosphere of Gotham that he set up was absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'll give Batman 1989 version, the whole experience of actually going to buy the tickets and then getting in the theater and watching the crowd of people, and then coming out of it and just everybody talking about it. And I think this movie was the only movie that I saw about 4 times in the theater. Went back after seeing it initially and saw it an additional 3 more times because it was that memorable to me. So again, Batman, the 1989 version. Again, last but not least would be a movie called A Patch of Blue. Now, I've talked about this movie before on my channel. I think I even did a most underrated movie or hidden gem or whatever I called it. I forgot what I called it. But this movie came out in 1965, I believe. It's called A Patch of Blue, starring Sidney Poitier, Shelley Winters, and Elizabeth Hartman. Right there. And I remember in New York on Channel 13 on Saturday nights they used to show like old Hollywood movies. Okay, Channel 13 for those outside of New York was an independent station, public funded, and they would show old movies on Saturday nights. And I remember, because I used to watch, the movies, they show, because I love old Hollywood films, and then they showed this movie, A Patch of Blue. I remember I didn't really know much about it. I just knew it was Sidney Poitier was in it, and I settled down to watch it, and the movie just absolutely blew me away. Basically, it's a story about young Selena Darcy, played by Elizabeth Hartman. She lives with her overbearing, abusive mother and her grandfather. Well, she called him Grandpa. I think she called him Grandpa. Anyway, she's blind, and she makes, she puts beads together. That's what she does. She puts beads together. That's how she earns a living. Okay, and she got blind because her mother, who's an abusive, alcoholic jerk, basically was fighting with her husband and the man she was sleeping with, and she actually threw dye that actually blinded Selena. Okay, so and she's been blind ever since, and she doesn't go to school. Okay, she basically takes care of old Pa. That's what I think she called old Pa. She takes her grandpa. She takes care of him and her abusive mother, played by Shelley Winters. And she doesn't really have much in her life going on until she actually gets one of the neighbors to take her to the park so she can put her beads together. That's what she does for a living. So she actually hangs out in the park doing that. And that's her only chance to really get out and get away from her abusive mother. And during that course of time, she meets Sidney Poitier's character, Gordon Ralph, I think that's his name in this movie, and they start becoming friends, and her whole world opens up, and it's a really sweet, romantic movie, and he teaches her about life and everything that she basically hasn't experienced, and it's a really sweet movie. At the end of it, like I said, you'll have a big smile on your face, and it's just a really pleasant surprise movie, like I said, that I wasn't expecting. Okay, and it just really, touched me right here because it was just a really sweet movie. And I believe Shelley Winters won a Best Supporting Actress for this movie. I think she did, yeah. Yes, yeah. As the abusive stepmother, she won a Best Supporting Actress, Shelley Winters. But Sidney Poitier and Elizabeth Hartman, who tragically, died kind of young, they gave great performances in this movie, A Patch of Blue. And it's just, I remember watching this movie and I absolutely fell in love with it. And right after that, I went online and ordered this movie. This is like a DVD with a snapper case. Okay, with a snapper case like that. And I immediately bought this movie because that's how much it affected me. And just one of the great first-time watches. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything much of it. I just knew it was a Sidney Poitier movie that I never heard of before, and I watched it, and it just really touched me. And so that's my 3 movies, I guess, that I'm going to say, my first-time watching experiences. Okay, again, I'll leave a link to Frankie's channel, FKVlogs, down below, so you can sub to her and check her out. Like I said, she makes great videos and has great content on her channel, and has great subjects, great videos, great topics on her channel, and totally worth it. She's from a fellow YouTuber from the UK, and just a pleasure to watch her channel because she makes great content on her channel, and more people should know who she is. Okay, so let me know what you think of my experience. If you've seen any of these movies, feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.